Have you ever been in a situation where you wanted to say something in English but got completely stuck? Don't worry, it happens to almost every English learner at some point. Hello, lovely people. Welcome back to my channel. I am Priyanka Chaudhary. I know how frustrating it can be to have the right ideas in your mind but struggle to express them. So, in this video, I'll share some practical tips to overcome this hesitation and speak English more fluently. Let's first understand why we get stuck because this is the first step to overcoming the problem. Let's dive into the four most common reasons. Here is the first one: fear of making mistakes. This is one of the biggest obstacles for many English learners. We often worry about being judged for using incorrect grammar, mispronouncing words, or forming awkward sentences. For example, imagine you're in a group and want to share an idea, but you hesitate because you're unsure if you will say it correctly. The fear of embarrassment can stop you from speaking altogether. This happens because we want to appear perfect or competent all the time, or because of our past experience of being corrected publicly. This might add to this fear. Now, let me tell you the fact: most people don't even care if you make mistakes. They are more interested in understanding your message rather than pointing out your mistakes. Next, lack of practice. Just like any other skill, speaking English requires consistent practice. If you don't use the language regularly, your brain becomes slower at recalling words and forming sentences. Many learners limit their English usage to specific settings like classrooms or formal situations. Outside of these, they switch back to their native language. I'm sure this happens to you as well. In fact, you hardly speak English. Your entire focus is on consuming English only. This inconsistency creates gaps in learning and reduces fluency. As a result, when you finally need to speak, you may struggle to find the right words because your brain isn't used to thinking in English. Third reason can be limited vocabulary. Sometimes we struggle to express our thoughts because we simply don't know the words or phrases we need. For instance, you want to describe your weekend but don't know how to say hiking. You get stuck trying to explain it and feel frustrated. This all happens because of some reasons, like focusing too much on learning grammar and not enough on expanding vocabulary. Avoiding unfamiliar words instead of trying to learn and use them. We just avoid learning these words. Next reason can be overthinking. It is a silent confidence killer actually. Instead of concentrating on what to say, we just start worrying about, will my grammar be correct? Am I using the right tense? What if someone laughs at my pronunciation? We keep thinking all this in our head. This all happens because you want to speak like a perfect English speaker. And a perfectionist mindset makes you want to say everything flawlessly. You might also compare yourself to fluent speakers, which adds unnecessary pressure. Eventually, what happens? Your thoughts become scattered and you struggle to say even the simplest sentences. Now, after becoming familiar with all these reasons, now is the time to know some techniques or tips that will help us overcoming our hesitation while speaking English. Tip number one is start small. Many learners aim for perfection from the beginning, which can feel overwhelming and cause hesitation. Instead, simplify your approach. Begin with short and simple sentences. For example, instead of saying, I'm incredibly thrilled to share my opinion on this topic, you can simply say, I am happy to tell you what I think. Why are you bothering a lot yourself speaking complicated sentences? Just break down complex thoughts into smaller, manageable parts. Starting small builds your confidence. As you become comfortable with simpler sentences, you can gradually progress to more complex ones. Next, practice thinking in English. A common mistake is thinking in your native language and translating it into English. This creates delays and increases the chances of getting stuck. This is what you need to change. Start thinking in your target language. Look at objects around you and name them in English. For example, if you see a table, think table instead of your native word for it. Narrate your day in your mind in English, such as I'm going to the market to buy vegetables. You know what happens? When you train your brain to think in English, forming sentences becomes quicker and more natural. Expand your vocabulary gradually. Sometimes hesitation happens because you don't know the right word to express your thoughts. Expanding your vocabulary step by step can solve this. Learn 5 to 10 new words or phrases daily and practice using them in sentences. Do not just keep mugging up, keep memorizing, all right? Implement these words in your sentences. Focus on words you are likely to use in daily conversations like delicious, beautiful, or helpful. Use flashcards or vocabulary apps to reinforce your learning. You can even try to find the alternatives of some words that you frequently use. When you know more words, you feel more equipped to express yourself and reducing hesitation. When you know more words, you feel more comfortable to express yourself. That will help you reducing hesitation. Here comes step number 4. Record yourself speaking. Recording your voice is a powerful way to identify your strengths and areas for improvement. Now, how can you practice this? Just pick a simple topic, such as your daily routine or favorite food, and speak for 1 to 2 minutes. Now, listen to your recording and pay attention to your pronunciation, grammar, and fluency. Note the words or sentences where you struggled and practice them. Hearing yourself helps you spot mistakes and track progress. It also reduces fear of speaking aloud. Next, learn to paraphrase. Sometimes you may forget a specific word. Instead of stopping, explain your idea in different way. Let's say if you forget the word umbrella, say it's something that we use when it rains to stay dry. Practice explaining objects or concepts in multiple ways, even if you know the exact word. This will help you keeping the conversation flowing and helps you stay confident even when your vocabulary is limited. Next, start practicing with a partner or app. Regular practice is essential to build confidence. Speaking with someone allows you to improve naturally. Find a partner who is also learning English or willing to help you. Speak about topics like your hobbies, family, or daily life. You can use apps like ChatGPT, which simulate real life conversations. Start with easy topics, then move to more complex ones. Regular interactions helps you get comfortable with real-time speaking and responding. Use fillers and pauses. It's okay to pause and gather your thoughts while speaking. Using fillers makes these pauses less awkward. Like when you're unsure of what to say, use phrases like, you know, Let me think. What I mean is, these fillers buy you time without breaking the flow of your speech. Fillers and pauses make you sound more natural and confident, just like native speakers. Stay consistent. This is gonna be my last tip here. The key to fluency is daily practice. Even 10 to 15 minutes of focused practice can make a big difference over time. Set a specific time each day to practice speaking, such as during your commute or before bed. Mix up your practice activities. One day, talk to a partner, another day, record yourself or shadow a speaker. Regular exposure to English trains your brain to think and respond faster. That will help you reducing your hesitation. That's all I wanted to share with you today. Start applying these tips today. Pick one or two strategies and practice them regularly. Share your challenges or progress in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more English learning tips. I'll catch you in the next video. Till then, bye bye.